Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into a beautiful Wednesday night of COD Rec League action. We have a great one for you today. Chumps final, Bronze North, Atlanta Dazed versus Paris Letdown. I'm Wolfie. I have KK with me here. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm looking forward to, this is where, best of sevens. This is where, teams, this is the whole season. It amounts to this. This is the last match. It's a best of seven. I mean, we've got an exposure grueler in the first three maps of this series. And then the second half, it's a den grueler. So this is really going to test how good you are at these specific maps. Usually you think in a best of seven, it's like you're really going to test your map pool, but no, six of these seven maps are exposure and den. So I don't know.
We're testing something. It's not different maps. It's just different modes. I guess it's something we don't typically see, but man, I'm excited. I really like exposure, just kind of as an AR player, just being able to have some longer lines of sights, and hardpoint's always a banger on it. We'll get to see some search, and honestly, I think as overloads become this new game mode, exposure was like made for the mode, and we kind of saw that a lot in the CDL. A lot of people playing it early on, and I think it's great to see. So I'm excited to see at least the first three. We'll kind of see what happens as we head into this den second set. If we make it that far, at least we'll get into a den hardpoint, at least map number 4 at minimum, but we'll see if we can get a little bit further. So far, both teams pretty even here through a P1 and onto P2. Take control currently on the side of Atlanta Dazed. We'll see how Paris Letdown try to attack this.
Yeah, gonna try and attack it kind of just from the front. They have two players there, and well, they're gonna clear that out. 8 though, he's pretty close as well. But Big Cheese, he's on the rotation for Paris, so they're gonna get a little bit of that scrap time. But the last 5 seconds are gonna go the way of Atlanta. So virtually a tie game going into this P3. But Prism for Atlanta, he's trying to make the play back here in this spawn. The time gonna open up in the hands of Paris. So Prism just kind of wait for his teammates to get pushed up a little bit, trying to find this kill onto the back, and he's gonna find that. So two big opening kills, and then Ben finding a kill with a knife. So Paris, they're starting with this hill, but there's two players left on the hill, and the two others that died are now spawning out.
Yeah, Paris are going to have to fight through the front here. Atlanta Dazed looking like they have number advantage here. We're going to see a little bit of a cluster here. This side, we do have one player left here in Prism. Able to get the first. Is he able to pick up anything second? Second with the pistol is good. BMS able to pick up the trade. Fights going back and forth here. We're kind of at the point to where both teams are going to have a reinforcement or two until someone gets a big 2 or 3 piece. We're just seeing back and forth here on this P3 in exposure. I think the hill's about halfway over. If not, make that more. 10 seconds left. We're gonna have to start seeing a rotation, and Paris come out kind of on top there with about a 30-point lead heading into this P4, and they have this rotation on this backside as well. Seta Embiid trying to get in there on that kill, but cannot get it. Big Cheese able to come up with a big win. Get that rotation. Paris are looking to extend their lead.
Yeah, I mean, they hit that early rotation again, and they did that for that P3. They found good time on it, so they're going to do it again. But Biofumes, he finds a couple of big kills. BMS eventually able to trade him out, but Prism's there for the trade as well. So trades so far good for Atlanta, and they break their way in early again. But Bubba towards this front side, he's trying to break his way in. Linhart towards the back, he's going to find a big 2-piece. And Bien now kind of the last man standing towards the back, and he's going to fall. So Atlanta, they got the break kind of quickly, but then they got broken kind of quickly. So a little under 30 seconds remaining on this hill, and it's just going back and forth again. But Paris, they're growing quite a lead.
Yeah, Paris has done a good job rotating first so far. We'll kind of see what happens here on this P5. This is getting to the point we're going to start seeing these rotations. We see Atlanta Dazed. They have the mid-map control so far. We see number 1 and Bubba taking a huge flank here. This is going to be crucial if he's going to have his team break anything with Atlanta Dazed set up towards mid. He's going to be kind of crucial here with that number 7 spawning out. Atlanta may have an idea that something's happening here. We do see one player looking towards the back, picking up Bubba as well. Mid-fight control is still going on here. Atlanta Dazed is soaking up some time. They're going to have a couple players fighting through mid. They're going to have to win some crucial gunfights here. As I said, that Paris are going to be able to pick up these 2 big kills, take control of time once again, and kind of get a reset towards time.
Yeah, I mean, they just pushed that up through mid. They kind of sent 2 a little bit closer towards the time from dirt, and then 2 players over towards mid, and they cleared it out rather quickly. So they do have, kind of good positioning. They're still on this hill. They're just trying to slowly crawl back, but Atlanta's doing a good job kind of just keeping them, not on the hill for as much as they really would have liked. But as I say that, Big Cheese, he's now on a 5 spree on 10 and 6. So 17 seconds remaining on this hill. These Atlanta players kind of spread out through the map. They're just trying to push this through dirt side. Prism's going to find a kill. They're finally able to get someone there on the contest. So they're going to get about the last 9 to 7 seconds on that hill. So first set of rotations just completely dominated out of Paris, just straight through the rotations, through the breaks. I mean, they're showing it with about an 80-point lead.
This is where the side of Atlanta Dazed, they're going to have to, like you said, they didn't rotate very well. They're going to have to fix that coming on these second sets. They are going to pick up a little bit of time here, P1. This player top window, Bubba, is going to be a huge disruption. Bio's able to spot him, not able to pick up anything there. He gets one default, looking to make something towards middle, but unfortunately going to fall towards that Zig side. But side of Atlanta Dazed have been able to pick up a few seconds here, just trying to maintain mid-map control here as the spawns for Paris Letdowns are going to get a little bit mixy. Lenhart able to pick up a big 3-piece for the side of Paris Letdowns, secure the rest of this time as we see one player left here. As we see Atlanta Dazed start to rotate towards this P2 side. They're trying to work through dirt here. And they are getting some bad deep spawns. The side of Paris Letdowns able to pick up all the kills and get all of the space.
Yeah, they're taking the space. They're just dictating the pace and the spacing. They're just winning their ones. They're even winning their twos right now. And well, they're on the rotation again. But Test, he's gonna find a big kill. He's now on this new time, just trying to fend some players off, wait for his team to get here. Some shots exchanged, but his teammates finding good kills around him. So, you know, you didn't rotate probably the way that you wanted to. You got spawned out a little bit deep, but you kind of got the break pretty early. So they're finding themselves on this hill. You've got these Paris players kind of split between the two sides. So they're going to try and pinch this from both sides of the map. As Lenhart, he's going to find a couple kills. Bubba's going to find one. So now the last man for Atlanta is going to be Prism towards his top side, and Big Cheese is going to clean that up. Reinforcements slowly starting to trickle in for Atlanta, but Paris, the trades are good for you. But towards the backside, spawns were flip, not red quite soon enough. So time going to go white. 20 seconds remaining on this hill. Both these teams just trying to fight for anything that they can get. It's the last 15 seconds looking like it's going to go the way of Atlanta.
Yeah, they are not going to have rotations towards new. We are going to see these old spawns still rolling in for the side of Atlanta. Test is able to pick up one Paris player towards this dirt side as well. Not able to pick up the second, but put some good shots in. BMS is a little weak, but able to pick up that kill on Mbinta as well. Side of Atlanta Dazed, they're currently in the hill, but no reinforcements. Prism's going to do at least one kill for his team to buy a little bit of time towards this rotation, but the side of Paris Letdown are in the hill and soaking up time. So currently a 70-point lead heading into this P3. Kills are rolling their way as well. They're just looking to extend this, looking to get towards the end of the map. A little bit earlier in the year, I'm not exactly sure how it happened, but the side of Atlanta Dazed did 3-0 this Paris Letdowns team. So if that was a real and not a forfeit, I think we have a good match on our hands. Paris Letdown, I'm not sure if this was their map pick or not, but they have been solid so far. Rotations have gone their way every single time. Kills are going their way, trades are going their way. Everything just seems to be working for Paris.
I mean, yeah, just going the way that you want it. And as you said it, Bubba found himself on a 5-3 before he got shut down. But Atlanta's on this hill right now, but again, not on these rotations. They're going to collect that scrap time, but you've got all these players already setting up for this new time. But you had a couple of them spawn out towards that back P3 side, so it's going to get a little bit weird. I mean, these Atlanta players probably are not going to read this, and they're no. B-Mess towards the front, he's going to find a big 2 kills. Tries to find a third, but Lenhart is there for the cleanup. Going to be a 1v1 on that hill, and it's won by Test. So again, not on the rotations. The spawn's a little bit finicky as it's been. It's kind of just that way in this game. Time just contested back and forth with these Paris players still spawning in the back.
Yeah, those are some big kills there out of Test in time. Unfortunately, is eventually going to get overwhelmed and fall. Atlanta Dazed are here for the contest. Nate is going to take out Bio there in the front. Side of Paris are just looking to find these Atlanta Dazed players. They're not sure where their attack is coming from. It's coming from the front. Prism able to pick up one, but it's going to fall swiftly from the side of Lenhart. Bullets are just ringing through on this hard point as side as Paris Letdowns are looking to get something done here. They are going to cross the 200 mark. Atlanta Dazed have fought back a little bit. It is currently a 70-point game heading into this P5. Mid-map currently controlled by Atlanta Dazed, which is what you're going to need to be successful here on a P5. Atlanta finally hop into time. A big 60 would bring this map back real close. We've seen a lot of exposures this year. A team goes into a lead heading into P5. We do hear a Hellstorm rolling in. I believe that's going to be from the side of Paris Letdowns number 3 and Big Cheese. Callouts are going to come through. Big BMS able to pick up one big kill towards window. Prism able to pick up one from the side of Atlanta Dazed, is going to get spotted out eventually. Again, last player here in the box. Not sure if they know he's there. He could provide some big resistance here. Bio able to pick up one. Not able to pick up anything else as Paris are going to once again get a clean wipe on that side of Atlanta Dazed.
Yeah, gonna get a clean wipe, and they're gonna turn around for these spawns. 3 of these Atlanta players just trying to funnel in through this dirt side. Just try and get something going. Not able to find much at all. Test eventually able to find a kill, but it's all for naught. Last 10 seconds gonna go the way of Paris. Now towards this P1. Atlanta, you gotta just try and find something. I mean, at least on this P1, it's not the easiest hill to get too much time on, but I mean, still, Paris has just dominated this entire map so far, dominated in almost every facet of the game. BMS with the pistol. He's gonna find a kill on the test. So now all these Atlanta players gonna try and funnel in through circle. And being able to find a kill, at least on one of these players, but I mean, these Paris players just, I mean, they were just dominating all, this whole map, in the feed. But Biofilm's able to pick up a big couple kills to find Atlanta on this time, just trying to fight back at least a little bit. So these Paris players forced to come up off spawn. They're going to try and push this in through dirt, but Atlanta, for the time being, has the hill.
Yeah, and it might have just been a little bit too little, too late here on this map. Paris, 10 seconds for the win. Good clean wipe on a lot of the Atlanta Dazed players. One last fight coming down towards middle. Bio able to put some shots in, looking like he's getting away, but not able to do it. His trades are going to go the way of Paris Letdowns, with last player towards his default box. Is going to hop in time. Cannot win it here. We're going to be forcing this to a P2 as well here towards this tank side. And of course, who's here first? Paris are ready to fight off these Atlanta attackers and get this dub. 7 seconds left for the win here. We're going to see contest towards tank. Bubba able to pick up 3. Last player alive is going to be picked up by the overlooker there in Big Cheese. One last rush here for the side of Atlanta Dazed to make something work. They're going to have to be perfect if they want to win this map.
Yeah, gonna have to be perfect, but they're all gonna fall in the feed, and it's not gonna happen. Paris completely dominate the map number 1 in almost every facet that you can think of, with a 250 to I think 130 something victory. But I mean, what domination out of Paris. I mean, like you said, they got 3-0'd by these Atlanta guys earlier this season. And I mean, maybe that might have been a forfeit, we don't know, but I mean, if it wasn't, maybe that's a spark.
Welcome back after a lengthy break between map 1 and map 2. We are here in the search and destroy finally. Paris Letdowns, if you missed map number 1, had a pretty dominant exposure hard point. We are here on exposure S&D. We have a little exposure overload after this. But so far, Atlanta Dazed are taking control of this S&D. Currently sitting at 4-2 life count. Player comes back from AFK. Just perfect timing here. See a smoke going down. Good trade coming back down on the side of Atlanta Dazed. Bubba going to be left in a 1v3 here in round number 1 on map 2.
Yeah, Atlanta Dazed apparently didn't even need their player. You know, didn't need the 3rd player, 4th player. Who needs them anyways? Because you can win the round regardless. So, yeah, we did have problems getting the lobby going, but we did eventually get it going. And it took so long that we lost a caster, so it's me instead now with Wolfie. I'm going to be joining on for the cast starting as 10 as the Gold North match has started over on the Alpha channel. So if you want to go watch some of that action, make sure to go check out the main, pull up both streams, or you can leave us. I guess that works too. But, you know, it's still going to be an interesting match, so I hope you do stick around. Biofilm's with 3 in that round as well to start things off, so, you know, pretty nice bounce back after map number 1.
Yeah, and I love that Tess actually gets one of those kills. He was, I believe, he was AFK the entire time. So good timing on his side, if that was the case. Atlanta Dazed starting off map 2 really well. If they wanted to ice the side of Paris Letdown, they definitely did so with some lobby issues here. Are going to lose the first blood. BMS able to pick up that first kill towards Solar side. That B push is going to be stalled by just a couple seconds here. And being able to come down here. Get this bomb planted towards this B side. Paris Letdowns are going to have to take a retake here. They are up 4-3 in life count. Make that 4-2 after a big kill from BMS. That's going to be 2 on the round. Prism with the boomstick watching mid. He's able to find 2 players crossing. Able to pick up 1 on the quick scope here. Miss the first shot, but is going to have to deal with the player defusing here. Player on the bomb. Able to pick up 1. Sees a second player. Not able to get the kill. Side of Paris Letdown. Successful 4v3 retake on that bomb site. Tying it up here in map number 2.
I think that second player caught him by surprise there. Didn't think there was going to be somebody else there and was probably going, why am I still getting hit markers after I've killed the bomb diffuser? Well, that's because there was another guy behind him, it turns out. So, you know, kind of close, honestly. BMS got brought down pretty low here, so, you know, he made it pretty close. Prism, nice quick scope there, and, you know, the follow-up there was potentially there, but there you go. That's Paris evening it up 1-1 apiece right now. It is best of 7. It's only map 2, so we still got a lot of time to go right now. But Biofilms was ripped off that streak. It is now BMS, actually, who's on a 4 streak. Actually, I guess that's an ace for BMS. He got all 4 in that round. very active as well, because considering on defense, it was literally just 1, 2, 3 stacked up in the middle of the map, and it was only BMS moving. So, captain, doing his own thing, I suppose, away from the rest of the team. Is we're gonna see a big push here coming to P5 side. Atlanta's pushing 2 players up, as the smoke's gonna go out. It's gonna block off one side, but now they're getting surrounded. So Paris really has to go here, because your bomb planner, who's gonna have that bomb back here, it's gonna be Lenhart. He's going to be ready for one, not going to be ready for the second, though, and BMS now is left in a 1v3.
Yeah, it's going to have to kind of do it again here. Going to have to get 3 on the round. Able to get some separation from the players, but the side of Atlanta Dazed know the bomb is down at this point and are just forming a defense around it. On that solar side here, BMS with a submachine gun and a Dravik in hand is going to be a little bit difficult. Player is going to be tankier. Not going to spot him just yet. Prism, I think, got some eyes on BMS there as he's going to be hopping towards top solar, and Atlanta Dazed with a nice aggressive play there towards that dirt side, able to really just trap the side of Paris Letdowns on solar and just able to secure those trades there on Lenhart, get that bomb down. Good comeback so far from the side of Atlanta Dazed. We saw kind of an interesting map number 1. Paris really were just kind of running away, winning everything that you could. Rotations, gunfights, breaking. They could do no wrong. Atlanta Dazed are looking pretty strong on this S&D so far, able to take advantage of the man advantages when they get them. We'll kind of see what happens here. Paris Letdown BMS had a big round last time for them on B. We'll see if he can repeat the same thing defensively, as we're going to see a 3 stack towards mid, and we're sending BMS once again by himself here on this B site, which looks to be the attack side of Atlanta Dazed.
Yep, and is immediately going to get taken down. They checked that corner, and something to note, I know both you and Q were talking about it prior to this, but the snipers, being an impact, especially on a map like Exposure. We've only seen one, and it was in the hands of Prism, and it's been put away right now. So, the sniper rifle's not really getting a whole ton of use right now. It doesn't look like anyone on the side of Paris is running one, as MBN is going to be left now in a 1v2, just going to be stuck, and is going to stun himself there as well. Both players from the side of Paris have left, so they're going to be sticking together, setting up for the trade. I do like this setup here, as they're going to be just working as a unit and be willing to trade each other out. They're both just going to be set up here on the tank, as MBN, has no idea where they are. Has a free bomb plant on A or B actually right now, but he has no idea. We can see everything. He's going to chuck a nade out. Kind of curious where that lands. Anywhere near? Nope. Okay, maybe a little bit close, but Lenhart not really moving. They're going to get this bomb down, and now it's going to be MBN to try to play a little bit of a rotation and see if he can... Oh, if he fell off the map right there, that would have been so awkward.
Yeah, he might catch some good timing here. He's going to cross these players towards the back. Not going to take that route there. They are going to check that bomb. Going to know that there's nobody necessarily on site, but continuing to keep control of this window side. There are the 2 spots.
They didn't see him.
Is just going to dip away. They didn't see him either. So he has free clearance here. He's obviously not going to be aware of this. They do take dirt control here. So 1 player towards mid, Lenhart able to win that gunfight. And Ambien just not able to really get that 1v2 timing there on Exposure. Able to spot those players, just some unfortunate checks there. He's got to eventually get out there and check that bomb. Players could be on it at that point. But Paris able to take the 2v1, make it successful here into this round, even up the search and destroy. Has just been back and forth so far. I think that's 1 in a row for every team here. So yeah. Side of Paris Letdowns coming back so far here in this map as we're getting close to that halfway mark. But the side of Atlanta Dazed, they're looking to even up the series here. It's going to be best of 7, going to be pretty long here if we continue with these interruptions we're having through these lobbies. So both these teams are going to be in for a long night. So Paris Letdowns are looking to end it a little bit quick here with a win, go up 2-0. But we'll see what happens. Success on the attacking side has not really been there for either team. We've seen a lot of defensive success from both sides. So we'll see if any team decides to do something a little bit different. We see a little bit different look from the side of Paris here, not electing to go to that B site. Looking to play a little bit slower here mid, see if they can take some control and maybe attack this A-bomb site.
Yep, and the sniper pushed away again. As Testa's going to push up, he's going to find Big Cheese, the re-peek there. Bubba's going to be ready for the follow-up, but the bomb carrier is going to get shut down. Lenhart is going to have to retrieve this here, as it's going to go 2 for 2 on the map. See, he's going to get picked up, but Lenhart's going to get picked. BMS once again left in a 1vx. It's going to be a 1v2 this time, a little more doable. Has the M15 in hand. The problem is that the bomb is on the other side of the map, but I don't believe Atlanta knows that because both players have left it. So that bomb is going to be down currently. It's just going to be BMS trying to figure out if there's anybody there. I do want to see these two just pair up, play together, be there for a trade as necessary here. Is BMS is going to take, dirt route here all the way around the outside. It's, eerily similar to the last round that we just saw, where MBN was instead in the 1v2 scenario, just working around the outside. But, with only 17 seconds to go, BMS kind of has to book it now to the bomb site. He has to get over to B. He has to get this plant down with only 10 seconds to go. And, Test is going to be, wandering around, is going to check this. And, yeah, this should be free. Oh. Well.
What was that?
Not really sure how that one happened, to be honest, but a kill is found by BMS, and the round goes to Atlanta, so preserves the streak.
Man, that mini map was playing tricks for sure. So, yeah, side of Atlanta Dazed able to do that. That's 2 rounds in a row for both teams, taking advantage of the 2v1 that they're left in, able to provide some success here on the defensive round once again. Like I said, attacking has just not been it for these teams. We're going to need to see a little bit different approach. We're going to see Atlanta Dazed. They're going to try their hand at the A bomb site this time. BMS lone defender here on B. So the side of Paris Letdowns are going to be ready for an attack here. Triple stacking towards this window side, P3 side. We'll see if they can do anything here on this defense.
Wide open.
Everybody's just kind of playing. Yeah, everybody's playing a little passive here. This player towards middle Zig. Prism able to pick up 1 kill. Bio looking to get active, able to pick up another kill as his own. Lenhart last alive towards this P3 side, able to see Prism, put some good shots in, but not able to get the kill as the players are going to start to swarm. We see a player flanking Lenhart. Should be a free kill. We're going to be left with BMS in a 1v4. He's done an ace already. This game, we'll see if he can do one here to clutch this round up, but this should be an easy one for Atlanta Dazed, and seeing our first successful offense this game that could break it wide open here. Side of Paris Letdowns are going to need a good comeback on this offensive round. Try to do something a little bit different and take Atlanta off guard.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to have to be an adjustment in tactics here on the side of Paris, right? Because they were just completely leaving the flank open, and Atlanta's more than happy to send 2 players on that wraparound. Like, they've done it more than once now, where you're sending 2 players on that flank, you're channeling out at different times. So, like, Paris thinks they've cleaned up the flank. They're like, okay, we got the 1 player, and then a second player comes flying around the corner. They're not ready for it. And especially on these defensive rounds, they're triple stack in the middle of the map, and then you put BMS over on B. There is absolutely nothing watching that P5 side, and Prism just walks around the corner and goes, thank you very much, free. I mean, okay, Atlanta, I get it. I get you guys like going on flanks, but you're sending 3 players, and this is a little too much.
Holy cow.
Like, look at where these players are, right? Like, Test is already through. Lenhart's here probably going, we're fine, whatever, everything's fine. It's like, no, things are not fine. You got 2 players that have already blown right through. Unfortunately, I think Test is going to get flanked. So the flankers are going to get flanked themselves here, as they're going to get picked off here. Because, yeah, Biofiends, both players get stuck in kind of awkward positions. But, I mean, it's just, they're not ready for it still, right? I mean, one of the Paris players, or Atlanta players shot first, and that's the only reason why anyone turned around.
Yeah, a little bit of impatience coming there from the side of Atlanta Dazed. Could have had some free, easy kills. Obviously, they don't know the timing that we know back here. Are going to eventually fall in that round as well. But Test just caught some unfortunate timing. Their top rating for the side of Paris, too. Not catching those players going beneath them. But still, I mean, every single defensive round, we've seen Paris take a 2-man flank. Or, sorry, Atlanta take a 2-man flank. And Paris just aren't ready for it. And that's kind of the thing here is we're going to have to see these mid-round adjustments if teams want to be successful. It is back-to-back offensive rounds, so Paris Letdowns able to put something on the board, but honestly, I think that was more of an Atlanta Dazed giving that round away than it was Paris winning, but that's how Call of Duty works sometimes. So we'll see if Atlanta Dazed, can they repeat this offensive magic that they found last round? B's going to be at least the host of the attack right now. We do have 1 player here in BMS. Still playing on the outer solar side. Pretty much default setup for the side of Paris Letdowns, except we did send 1 player towards dirt. He is going to pull the old Atlanta Dazed and start that flank, but side of Atlanta Dazed have restructured their attack here. We have a team, they're just going through this mid. They have window side. Big Cheese is going to find 1. Is going to get traded eventually, and the side of Atlanta Dazed are just going to bust out the back here. BMS with a pistol, going to catch some really unfortunate timing there on those players, and going to leave his teammate Bubba here in a 1v3 with no idea where this team went. Bomb's going to be going down B. Going to kind of reset this clock here at 45 seconds. Bubba's got an opportunity here a couple times for some 1v1s. We'll see if he can do anything here on this player tank. His timing's got to be good, but he's definitely not going to check that corner. And Atlanta Dazed able to do the offensive impossible again. Going up 5-3, making this game point, looking to tie the series.
Yep, they're looking to tie it up one apiece, but yeah, I mean, right now, it just... I mean, Paris just seems to be struggling a little bit with some of these flanks. I mean, Atlanta, you know, you can see the adjustments that they are making. Like, you did talk about these mid-map adjustments. What are we going to see? Paris is adjusting. They are putting a player on those flanks now. And, I mean, in that round, you had Baba pushing up dirt side, right? So they do shut that lane down. You do have players over there to watch in case something happens and instead they just get, you know, run over in the front door. But we're going to see how this goes now. Atlanta, though, doing it again. Like, Bubba's got the bomb. Probably shouldn't be the one watching this one, honestly, because you kind of need him over near the bomb sites, especially if he gets caught out here. But both these players are going to push right through the middle, and here comes Test again. Except it's 3 players. Like, what is going on here? You got 3 players from Paris stacked up underneath ring. They're going to go 1 for 1, and Lenhart actually is a sniper out now. So this is another adjustment that's happening early. But, you know, we're sub 1 minute. We got to see where they decide to go, but they have no map presence.
Yeah, I mean, that's a... It's a mid-game adjustment for sure. Prism with the snipe as well. Unfortunate there, we didn't get to see that one, but that's how it works. You pick one sniper and you get unlucky there. But snipes coming out in the end of the game is an interesting one there. But Paris, we see them make the adjustment. They're ready for the flank with their whole team. They get no map presence. It's going to probably fall down here. BMS in a 1v3 is able to get the first kill, but is going to fall, and Atlanta able to take that map. But the mid-round adjustment is probably not the best idea to send your entire team to just watch the flank. Not really any map presence there, and just, you know, they get the kill, they get the trade on the flank, but you just got nothing left. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a actual quick break this time. We have a banger map number 3 here. Atlanta Dazed looking to keep their perfect record in Overload, looking to extend that to a 10-0. Paris Letdowns looking to give the first blemish on that Atlanta Dazed record here. Mid-map control so far has been pretty mixy. We see this all the time on Exposure. 3 dead in the feed for the side of Paris Letdowns. Player electing not to go towards that B bomb site, looking to take it back. Just get some map control, get his players back up and alive. Looking to maybe make this rotate towards that A side. Atlanta Dazed full rotated over towards that B side. BMS able to pick up 1. Able to pick up that 2nd as well after a tough gunfight, and that B rotation has indeed started. Bio able to pick up the 1st, but not able to pick up any more. This is looking like it's going to be a free dunk here for the side of Paris, excuse me. Bomb is going to be towards that solar side as well, but all players have been wiped out. If you are the side of Paris Letdowns, Atlanta Dazed have 3 here. 1 player has already gone forward, not able to pick up anything. BMS looking to make it a little bit messy here towards mid as well. Bio able to pick up that kill. Atlanta Dazed have a little bit of ball control here. We'll see how these next couple gunfights go down.
Yep, I mean, right now, it's basically just all Paris right now, especially in the kill feed. Atlanta Dazed, you know, they had some kills in that one, but now they're going to be spawning up on the other side of the map. The 2 players that are there right now have to hold this down and prevent this one from getting taken. BMS is going to get taken out again. That's big to take out the top fragger right now on the side of Paris, but you're going to lose your 2 players from Atlanta that are in that area right now. It's going to be a 1v1. It's going to be Lenhart and Biofumes, it looks like, as everyone else is coming off the spawn, and Lenhart's going to catch Test on this rotation. Will go down. On the other side, Biofumes doing the same thing as well, picking off these players on their way in, so a little bit of a stalemate right now as BMS almost just got the worst possible timing. His turns way right as Prism comes around the corner there. He's going to reach out back out again, is not going to win this one, and Test is going to grab that and go for a run here. We're going to see if he can make it to the other side of the map in time. It's going to be a foot race here. There's no lead blockers or anybody. It's just going to be Test trying to get to this point before the players from Paris, and he will not. They're going to be there. They're going to stop that one in its tracks, and now it's going to be BMS with the ball in hand, trying to figure out where does he want to take this.
Yeah, I mean, I've almost never seen an Exposure over... Whoa!
I didn't see that. I don't know what you're talking
just
about.
Ignore that one.
I saw nothing.
I haven't seen an Exposure overload where, you know, that second ball spawns over towards that tank side where it just sat there for almost like a minute and a half, it felt like, there, before any player was able to get to it. I just haven't seen that in a while. Honestly, typically when we see that first dunk, especially on the side of Paris Letdowns, they get the dunk. They just have a free rotation, their entire team spawning there. But saw a little bit of spawns out there. Atlanta Dazed able to make a couple good kills, get that device out. Device is going to get picked up by Prism here. He's got almost a free run. No lead blockers. So he's going to have to rely on this player towards mid. looking to get the job done with a pistol, but it is not gonna work. Device is down here towards the solar side. Test looking to make advancements here, able to pick up 2, finds that third, is obviously pinged by that Device. Device is going to get picked up here, and I believe this is going to be a free score for the side of Atlanta Dazed, looking to tie this up. Little dolphin dive there with Embiid with the pistol, able to get that great kill. One player is still left towards this B side here, so we'll see if things get a little bit mixy. Embiid has been lost. They do not know where he's at. He's able to spot a couple players towards spawn. Test over here on the Device. That's going to be 3 dead for the side of Atlanta Dazed. Looking for that 4th. There's the 4th. Dunk coming in as well. Ball's going to reset towards middle. Side of Paris Letdowns. Close tank spawn here, so they are going to have a lot of min-map presence where Atlanta Dazed are not expecting them to be. They've rotated towards their side of the map, but they're forgetting kind of the important thing. There's a ball. You got to grab the ball. You got to go dunk it. We do have a lead blocker here in Prism. Able to get shots down into Big Cheese, but there's going to play her towards that cut side, towards bottom ring. Bubba able to take a stop for a second, but Prism is going to pick up that ball and dunk it on a 4 streak, make that a 5 streak. Cruise missile in hand with that dunk coming in is going to be pretty crucial here towards the later half of this game. One player in Big Cheese was towards that tank side, able to pick up 1, but not able to pick up anything more. Bio is the lead blocker here, is able to pick up this kill, and that's going to be a free dunk, and that is going to be half towards the side of Atlanta Dazed. A little bit slow, able to come back and just bring pretty much 4 straight in.
I mean, it was clinical, honestly, out of Atlanta. You're beginning to understand why they're 9-0 in this game mode. I mean, it took them a little bit at the start. You're like, okay, Paris is kind of wiping the floor with these guys. Like, it is just all Paris at the beginning. And Atlanta got into their groove. It took a little bit. It took a while sitting around, you know, that P2 ball spawn, where, like you said, it was sitting there for a while. It was just kind of the back and forth, and no one wanted to actually touch it. But from that point on, Atlanta just had him in a blender. And, you know, they rattle off 4 in a row. You're going to have at least a cruise missile, I think, on Prism, I think, has it. Yeah, there's at least 1 cruise available. So that's going to be pretty huge. So we're going to see now what Paris can do to respond to this, because that was just all Atlanta in a very short period of time, just picking up all the clutches that they needed to and finding all those kills. And honestly, I thought, like, on that 3rd score, I thought Atlanta had killed their own ball carrier, like, in the process of trying to kill the guy up top. So I was just like, oh, that was an awkward interruption. Didn't happen, though. Paris now is going to have to push up. They've finished that first initial wave of kills, and they're going to get biofumes as well. So we're going to see if they can push this ball now going forward towards one of the spots. It's going to reset its position, but they're going to find more kills, and Atlanta's struggling a little early again. So can't say that it's going to be a, you know, guarantee for Paris. We've seen this before. Slow start. We're going to see if Atlanta picks it up over the course of this round.
Yeah, and I mean, the side of Paris Letdowns, you do have to bring at least 3 back just to get that tie. I don't think side really matters here on exposure. It's going to just be about how you can manage your kills and keep your life up. BMS with a big 2-piece eventually is going to fall. Teammates are here to support this ball carry, so it's not going to be able to get there just yet. Side of Paris Letdowns, we're going to see another Gyms there on the map. I believe that was the same player too. I think Bio did that a little bit earlier as well. So still getting used to the Omni movement pretty early here in Black Ops 7. Side of Test is able to pick up 2 from the side of Atlanta Dazed. Ball is still in control of Paris Letdowns, making the full wrap, and this could get dangerous here. The side of Atlanta Dazed are collapsing on this team. Kills start to go the way of Atlanta Dazed. Can we see any more? Test with the second. Last 2 players are going to be this ball carrier and the lead blocker. Ball carrier is going to fall here towards middle.
Got away.
I'm just joking. He's not going to fall towards middle. Is he able to get around the corner? Bubba is. Hellstorm is going to come through. They're going to invest that there, so they're going to be trapped inside of P4. But ball carrier's back out there playing the game. You're able to get it in. That is absolutely crazy. Bubba with the moves, shaking bacon on overload.
There's like 5 different instances where he should have died. I don't know how that kept happening. But they are going to be trying to get in on this. Bubba's going to find 1 in the back here and is going to pick up that ball. I mean, you got BMS, who's literally sitting on the opposing B point right now as the spawns are coming in from the far side of the map. We're going to see then get into position in time to stop this here. It looks like someone will. It's going to be Bioinfused with 1. Can't finish BMS, though, which means BMS is going to throw that one in. So detonation comes through once again. It's going to be 3-4 now. Paris on this comeback.
Yeah, and the map control towards mid is in the control of Paris. We do see that ball spawn towards that dirt side. Player number 5, Prism, able to get spotted out, but not going to fall just yet. Able to pick up 2 crucial kills. Bemis able to finally pick up Prism, but it's going to fall towards that dirt side here, the side of Atlanta Dazed. Have a good layered approach. Mid control is finally theirs. What do they elect to do here? We got 2 minutes left. Biofume's able to pick up another kill to his name. That's going to be 2 in a row for him. Is eventually going to continue through here and being able to pick up 1. Biofume's with his 3rd of his life. Lenhart with a crucial stop there towards bottom. Bio was there towards Zig, kind of being as their lead blocker. Looking to get lost in the spawn here. Bubba looking for that flank. Is going to catch some terrible timing on this player. Is going to get outside a window, so not going to get spotted there by the flanker there in Bio, but that's going to be 3 dead for the side of Atlanta Dazed. Ball is still towards that dirt side here. Biofume's looking to get active in the spawn. He's going to get spotted out here. We'll see what this kill comes down. Bubba not able to take him down. He's going to provide some pressure for the side of Atlanta Dazed forward. Not able to pick up the kill, but able to put some good shots in. And the side of Atlanta Dazed are able to clean up the rest and get that detonation, making this a 2-goal game as that ball's going to reset towards middle.
If we're down, excuse me, we're down to the last minute as well here. So really Atlanta can just kill some time if possible. If they're able to pick this one up, but Paris is going to have to play a little more frantically now. You're going to have to get out. You still got to deal with Prism in your base right now as well. Big Cheese is going to pick this one up. He's going to start taking it tank side. There's nobody here basically. Or I mean, I guess he's going to, try to fake him out. You're going to have a lead blocker there in BMAS over here on towards A. It's all going to be on MBN, who's trying to throw this one down, try to stop the player in time, and will do so. They're going to shut it down. Every player from the side of Paris that was over there is going to hit the deck. As long Leonard is, well, I was going to say go on a bit of an adventure there. It didn't actually get the warning unless that doesn't show up in Codcast.
Park the bus.
What happened there, but MBN is going to have this. Yeah, it does look like, they're just going to sit on it. Everyone is gathered inside this room, and oh my god, the cruise missile actually got 2 of them. Somehow got 2 of them. I don't know how. MBN is still on the loose with the ball right now. He's going to get Lenhart as well. He's going to, turn around and just trying to preserve. And is actually going to get some more kills out of this. So MBN has at least 5 kills with that pistol. I can tell you that. But that is going to be Atlanta Dazed picking up 5-3, and their record remains unblemished as they take the series lead.
They could keep it. If they decide to take over this next HP and S&D, they could walk away with a perfect overload for this season. But side of Paris, they looked super clinical in a hard point. We haven't seen another hard point. It's going to be on short break. I'm beginning to love these 2 teams. Atlanta Dazed, pretty good overload here, maintaining their perfect record, going up to 10-0. But we are back on hard point. This has been Paris's game mode so far this series. We had a pretty extended break between map 1 and 2. Paris, I think, got their momentum shut down a little bit. Atlanta Dazed riding hot off of map 2 and map 3 wins. We'll see what they decide to do here. Paris, if you missed map number 1, were absolutely clinical in their fundamentals on exposure. I'm expecting to see a lot of the same here. They are going to have to fight for rotations towards this P2 side. Shots are clean for Len there on that Eddie. Able to pick up the first, not able to pick up the second, pulling out the pistol. Good kill there, able to maintain a lot of middle map presence. Haven't quite started that rotation towards that P2 side, but locking in a lot of time. Gonna cross about that 40-point mark. Hold that, Bubba. As we start this P2 rotation, Atlanta Dazed are here and set up, but the side of Paris have gotten through a little bit here. Trying to hit torch through this couch side. Prism gonna be the one defender here to hop through this broken side. Able to pick up one before he falls. Bubba gonna fall through couches as well. But we see a couple trades coming back and forth. Atlanta Dazed cut that lead in half so far. Pretty uncontested on that point. Lenhart just looking to make his presence known here towards his couches. Able to pick up 1. Shots into the second, but not able to fall. Test providing good for his team there with 2 kills. 1 with the Dravik, 1 with the M15. He can do it all. Last player here towards that front side. Able to pick up kill there in BMS. Looking to just make things mixy here. Atlanta Dazed have had a pretty successful P2 so far. We are going to see a lead change here. Rotations over towards that P3 as well have been on that Atlanta Dazed side. We're worried about this player towards Dojo. Natural pinch kind of spawning in here. Prism is going to have to go huge for his team towards White. Able to spot 1 player. Not able to pick anything up. Embiid does pick up that 1 player towards Dojo. Add another to his name on this rotation as well. Eventually going to fall, but has done enough for his team to buy some time to get this rotation towards this P3.
I mean, it's looked good for Atlanta Dazed through that second hill. They did a really good job and locked down a ton of time on it too. Probably, 50 of the potential 60 seconds went their way there as they're trying to break in here. On towards this P3, you got 1 player in tin. That's going to be Bubba. Big Cheese is going to be on the hill and will end up going down. Bubba found 2 there, but trying to stay alive as the shots are continuing to come in. It is still an Atlanta Dazed hill here as they're trying to pick up this time. Volume is going to get brought to about half by that nade. He's going to stay alive, but they're going to finally clear out these players. It's just going to be BMS coming in from the locker side. He's going to find one, looking for a second, will find it. Prisms and Biofuse both sent back to respawn. The test is going to be here instead. This player, you know, really effective at locking down that P2. You're going to see this rotation coming in now for the side of Atlanta, so they know when to not overcommit to a site. Although Test did spawn up completely on the other side of the map. I don't really know what happened there, and is going to find one on this rotation. Will end up going down. It's going to be big kills out of Prism's going to shut down both of those players rotating through the back, which means all of Paris now has to come from the front. This is going to be like 10-15 seconds here of essentially free time here until Paris gets anywhere near the hill.
I mean, I praised Paris for having the fundamentals down, but P2, P3, and P4 have been nothing but Atlanta Dazed so far. Luckily, from the side of Paris, able to lock down a lot of that P1, so the game is not out of hand, or not out of reach just yet. Able to get a good break towards P4, but we do have this one player towards this red stairs, just making to put a pain here on the side of Paris's side. The side of Atlanta Dazed are able to pick up those 3 kills, looking to extend their lead here. 10 left on the hill, looking to make this rotation. Some players are going to get spotted towards this P2 side as this rotation starts to develop for the side of Atlanta Dazed. Paris have mid-map control, make that couch control as well. Hill is popped. Still seeing this as white. 2 players are going to hop out of that bottom pillar side from the side of Atlanta Dazed, able to hop on the point. Contest is going to come in, but the side of Paris Letdowns able to pick up 3 players. 4th fight coming in here. Prism gonna have to be pushed back. Some wall bangs coming in from the side of Lenhart. So far, just a back and forth battle between these 2 teams. Atlanta looking to extend their lead here as they have a couple map presence here. They don't have couch side for P2 yet. We saw what happened last time. Side of Paris Letdowns not able to get that rotation and lost a lot of that P2 side. We'll see if Atlanta Dazed can get this flip here. Lenhart's gonna be an important key to get out of this broken window. Is gonna get killed by Embiid. Looking to just make a rotation here. Big kill towards that middle as well. Stair fight coming down. Big Cheese able to win that. Secure the rotation for his team for now. The side of Atlanta Dazed are all taking that route through the white side as well. So these spawns are going to start to flip on these kills coming in. For the side of Paris Letdowns, they're going to have to anchor down here. Big kills coming in for the side of Atlanta Dazed. Prism able to pick up a big turn on there towards middle, looking to take some shots in the back of his teammate as well. Shots are rolling through here on the P2. It's gonna battle. We got all 8 players here for a moment. Shots are coming in. BMS last alive for the side. Excuse me, Lenhart, they're last alive. Able to pick up a big 2-piece. Secure the time so far for the side of Paris Letdowns. Atlanta Dazed. Reinforcements are here. We're gonna have to see another big play coming out of these 2 remaining Paris players.
Yeah, and they're both going to go down. It's just going to be on Biofumes coming from the backside here, and is going to get taken out as well, so players are going to be spawning a little farther away right now. But Paris really needed to make this time count here on P2. This is a good hold now, but they gave up a lot of P1 time in an effort to hold the spawns down for P2. So they really need to maximize the amount of time they can get out of this. It's going to be down to the last 10 seconds. It looks like Paris is going to get that. Atlanta's going to go for this rotation of P3. It's just BMS here, going for that pre-fire around the corner, but can't pick up Test. This Test is going to be there to lock it down, but we'll run right into Bubba here. So P3 rotations are actually going to go to Paris here. Atlanta ended up losing all their players anywhere near it. So early time now to the side of Paris. They're only down by about 15 points right now. So this is going to be a good amount of time for them as Atlanta's trying to set up in the middle of the map. Lenhart is causing a problem, and Bubba as well is going to find Embiid. So, you know, no player really exposing themselves here. Actually, there was somebody there. BMS just hidden prone on the ground. As Paris is going to take the lead now, so a lead switch coming in. This fundamentals, you know, between 2 and 3, it looked really solid right now for Paris so far. I mean, we're praising Atlanta in the first rotation, but Paris is locking it down right now, and they're looking pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, we see these second rotations are always seem to be the key factors in these hard points in Black Ops 7. Atlanta Dazed, they do have a couple rotations towards new here. We do have a player out towards pillars, towards Black Dragon. This is going to be a big kill. Bubba able to walk away. Instant spawn towards patio for his team there. There's still one player here. Stun check is going to get him here. They are going to look towards this fight here. Test not able to pick up the kill. BMS securing this rotation and the time so far for his team. Got a 10-point lead here heading into this P4. Able to pick up the first kill. There's Len just looking to play his life with the wall jumps there, taking advantage, but just running out of bullets in the mag. not able to take that player down, but Bubba is there for reinforcement for a minute and then gets blown away from the side of Atlanta Dazed. Looking to fight back in. Side of Paris Letdowns still spawning on this pillar side. Going to be fairly easy for the side of Atlanta Dazed to hold him here. You have this tree to provide you cover, but these splits are starting to come in. They got to read this quick here. BMS able to get one big kill towards that outer. Bubba were able to win his fight towards that pillar side as well. So Paris are going to maintain their lead here. Looking like they're going to pick up the rest of the scrap time unless something has something to say about it. He does not. He is going to fall. Side of Atlanta Dazed looking to get set up towards middle here. Only one player towards the side of Paris Letdowns there is able to pick up a big kill. Able to put a little bit of pressure on the side of Atlanta Dazed. No one's watching this white cut through, so this could be a big play for BMS. Embiid just looking to play outside that time. Looking to take a flank here. They do know that BMS is still top window here, but they do have two players invested towards that white side, and we're going to start to see where these spawns get a little funky here. We do see a red spawn coming in for one side of Atlanta, but the rest of them players are going to spawn towards that back white locker side. Looking like rotations for Paris are trying to come down towards that P2. Bubba with a big two-piece is going to fall to Prism, so the hard point is in control of the side of Atlanta Dazed right now. Not looking good for spawns towards that P2 side, so they are going to need to flip that. Game could potentially end here for both teams. Paris Letdowns looking to maintain their lead here with a little bit of a contest on P1, but going to look to extend here on P2 as Lenhart able to pick up two big kills towards that middle and this rotation towards P2.
Yeah, that play by him being he's just going through the labs there ended up flipping out his team. Unfortunately, he lost both players that were sitting on the left side of P1, and it kind of cost him spawns here there. So, you know, they weren't able to really regain it back with all the splits that were going down. They lost those pretty critical gunfights. Prism's going to be in the back here. This should actually flip potentially, depending on the position. Is going to push through. He's not trying to anchor this. Instead, going to go right for the point, right for the jugular. Finds both kills from the back. Is able to pick him up. Bubba now is going to be the anchor here and will succeed in spawning his teammates here in the back. So, I mean, oh, that's a really weird parallel spawn that Prism just got here as the players are coming in. It's going to be Paris in the hill. 30 seconds to go, basically. Doesn't, I think, no, Paris cannot win it here. This tick might go over. So, yeah, I do believe Atlanta has to get in on towards this hill because I think this tick will succeed in their favor. I think Paris has a chance to end it right here. Right now, they're holding the line here. I don't know if Atlanta players are just going straight for it. They're not even going for this rotation because they know they're pretty sure they have to get in on this. MBN is at least going to get in for the contest, but now you got to get over to P3. And somehow Paris has lost the race to P3. It is going to be Atlanta who's going to be here first, but they're going to lose 3 players here. It's all going to be MBN who's trying to get there in time. He's not going to be able to do so. So Paris is going to take both hard points. We're going to be tied up 2-2 going into this Colossus S&D.
Man, I mean, Atlanta Dazed showing life there. I think that's going to be being warmed up there after that overload. But Paris, once again, showing they can just out fundamental. And honestly, we saw a lot of times when we had, you know, square up, 4v4, 3v3 square ups in hills, Paris always seemed to come out on top with those. Gentlemen and ladies, welcome back.
My bad.
S&D's going to get hot and messy here on a map number 5 here in this 7 series. Series is tied 2-2 between the Atlanta Dazed and the Paris Letdown here in Bronze North for the championship in the COD Rec League here on a beautiful Wednesday night. Been a long series. I'm sure the players are tired, but you still got 2 wins to confirm your championship here. 2v2, round number 1. Atlanta Dazed are looking to make this rotation towards this B side, just playing together. Paris Letdowns are looking to elect to play a little bit more split, but going to start making this rotation towards B. Bomb's going to get down for free. Big Cheese sees that player, able to put the good shots down. Prism, last alive here, spots one player, spots the second player as well. Doesn't get away with his life, and the side of Paris Letdowns are able to secure round number 1.
Yep, I mean, they're going to pick that one up. They pick defense here. I'm pretty sure as well, this is a Paris Letdown map pick. So something as well. It is a best of 3 remaining right now. It's S&D, Overload, S&D, and you know Atlanta Dazed is yet to lose an Overload this season. So if you're Paris Letdowns, you need to win this, and you need to win this one right now because you don't want to have to go fighting into both fighting for your life as well as fighting to break that undefeated record. So we're going to see where it starts off. But yeah, Colossus S&D, the one map variety we do have in this map pool as well. It's 3 den, 3 exposure, and this one Colossus, a lone map sitting in the middle. So we're going to see right now Paris is going to be off on attack. We're going to see where they decide to take this one here. As Big Cheese also off to a good start. Basically had a rough map 2. This is a pretty good start for him, as Biofumes is going to find Lenhart right off the rip, though. So, you know, the Chow through P1 is going to be out. You're going to see Big Cheese fall off, backing up. We're going to see players from Atlanta still going to be pushing forward, and that is going to have to be some reassessment, though, as BMS does find Prism on the outside. So B may be open here.
Yeah, we'll see if they elect to take this. We've seen a lot of teams start to rotate through this under tunnel towards A, which is kind of what we see happening here. Number 2 is electing to peek towards that top mid side. Big Cheese is able to pick up that kill on Test. Going to be left in a 2v3 for Bio and Embiid. Embiid able to pick up the first kill. Is going to get chased there. Going to fall towards that blue side as well. Bio is behind these players, able to pick up the first player. Has some suspicions with this player towards him, but the timing is going to be bad for him. Is going to get a little bit of a reset on this Chow. Is going to get away towards this bottom side. Clock is ticking. Big Cheese versus Bio Fumes here in the 1v1. Big Cheese looking to just play with some timing here towards this blue side. Electing to go towards this B. We'll see if he can get this bomb down. Should be free for him as we start to see this rotation from Bio. It's going to be close here after this bomb gets down. Plant's going to see come through. Bio's going to able to pick up the easy kill on that bomb plant, just playing that time on a 3 streak as well. Atlanta Dazed able to come up with that clutch in that 2v3.
Yep, and a nice 1v2 there out of Biofumes to close it out as well. Is able to find the one and get away. I mean, running down a straight hallway, usually not the best way to dodge a gunfight or gunfire, but, you know, does end up succeeding. The reach out didn't come through, so, I mean, the timing ends up trying to be played out by Big Cheese, but Biofumes finds the easy kill on the bomb planter and locks it in. So 1-1 is going to be your scoreline here. That's both defenses coming through. Both attackers did get the bomb down, though, so interesting to see what the stats are going to be like that at the end of the map. As we're going to pull, I just want to check First Bloods right now. It's going to be one apiece as well. Biofumes and BMS both finding one on either side. So Atlanta looking to get the first attack here. The nades are going to fly out. There's going to be nobody home, it looks like. It's going to be only one player. So a little bit different, actually, from their exposure strategy, because it was BMS on an island and the rest of the team grouped up. And now BMS actually is running right through the middle right now. So this may be a bit changed. The flank is coming in, and Atlanta has nobody turned around except the one player who immediately falls.
I mean, just taking a playbook out of Atlanta's side on that exposure. If you caught that map, I feel like Atlanta Dazed flanked every single round on every single opportunity here. Embiid looking to be last alive here, make that Bio. Still on a 3 streak, spotting a couple players out, but not able to get anything done. Paris taking that round number 3, going to take the advantage again in this map here, making it look easy so far on this one. We'll see if they can continue this dominance here. Offensive rounds have been hard to come by so far in this entire series, so we'll see what team can do that. We saw that in the exposure S&D on map number 2 with the side of Atlanta Dazed, able to find success in, I believe, 2 attacking rounds towards the end to kind of give themselves that lead and eventually the map win. So we'll see who can decide to take these attacking rounds now. Paris have their first crack here, up by 1 currently. Atlanta Dazed are going to look to even this up. Biofumes putting some good shots down, but is going to get traded immediately out by Lenhart. Going to be in a 3v3 reset here. Another player, Test, is getting very active. There is going to fall. Embiid's going to get his immediate trade, but inside of Paris Letdowns get that trade as well. Prism left in a 1v2. Here, we'll see what he can do. Does he get any good timing? The side of Paris Letdowns are just electing to play this super slow. See if the side of Atlanta get a little aggressive. Prism just playing towards this bottom here. Gets a check. Not sure if he saw that player or not. Teammates probably calmed that out. Is able to find one player now, but not able to get the shots down. We do see a player hop up towards that Godheady, able to pick up the kill in Paris. That's an offensive round for him.
Yep, that's the first offense that's going to come through. So big round win there as well. Was able to figure that one out. But yeah, just, I mean, a lot of 1vx situations. We saw a ton of them on exposure as well. So we're going to see how many we see here on Colossus as it's been just going back and forth. But Paris now up to a 2-round lead, looking to hold this here as they head to the defensive side. Atlanta now on the attack. Gonna see if they do pick to go towards B. Usually it's A. So I'm kind of surprised the amount of B hits we're kind of seeing here off the rip. But this is definitely going to be an A. All 4 players here going in this direction. The nades are flying. There is no trophies to be seen or heard. And Atlanta's going to lose 2 players off the rip here. And MBN's going to have a player hop right over his head. Can't find him. Has no idea what's going on. Now Prism now in a 1v2 is able to make it down from a 1v3. And is going to get away here. But bomb not on the back. 2 players from Paris over there towards P1 is able to find 1 here and can't win that gunfight. So Paris locks it in for a 4th round.
And that smoke there on statue just playing disruption for those players. No aim assist. Little tough to see name tags as well. Ends up being in the favor of the side of Paris. Able to come away with the round win. Bubba first on the board for this one. Sitting there with the Olive Garden scorecard. No longer donut. It's what we like to see here. Paris Letdowns looking to take this with aggressive force here. So far been able to string, I believe, it's been the last 3 in a row with them kind of trading the first one. We'll see what they elect to do here on offense. We're seeing another A hit. Last time they decided to play super slow here, and the side of Atlanta Dazed just kind of ran to him. I think we're seeing a little bit of an adjustment. Atlanta Dazed electing to play a little bit more defensively. Let the side of Paris come to them, which has not been their play a lot of times. Really elected to go on those flanks a lot of times, but we see a change here, and I think it's going to be for the better. See a little bit of slithering happen over here towards this boat side. Lenhart able to pick up that first kill on Bio towards the upper middle of the map. Number 2 there, and Test is able to get some sights on some players. Bomb is going to go down here securely. If Bubba can get away, we might see something here. Smoke is coming in. I love this smoke play. Interesting what's going on here. He's trying to hop on the bomb, but just can't make it there. Bubba able to stop him from that statue side. Left in a 1v3 here is Test. Looking to just hop that bomb, but it is not going to work here as we go. Paris Letdowns up 5-1. Currently in match point. Looking to take the lead back in the series since map number 1.
Yep, and something to note as well is that there's been no sniper usage on Colossus. This is usually a map you see, usually one a team. Approximately, there's a lot of long lanes that you can lock down with that sniper rifle and some cheeky angles that you got, but no one has pulled it out. It has not been touched, so both the teams just going straight at it with automatic weapons, trying to make things happen. And Atlanta, it's not really panning out for them right now. They're losing a lot of these gunfights. They're dying to a lot of early nades as well. So you got to see them kind of be prepared for these situations here, as they're, the nades are going to go out, the stuns are not really going to hit anything. In Prism, right as I say it, is going to pull that sniper off and gets that early pick.
Yeah, I mean, we have it. The sniper got pulled out late in the last time the search and destroy was pulled out early, but we didn't see that here at all. First appearance on the map. Atlanta Dazed 2v2 to keep their map alive. They're going to have to rip 5 straight here. I've never heard of the 5-1 curse before. Prism able to pick up 1, not able to pick up that second, and Paris Letdown. Easy peasy map number 5. The problem for them, though, they do have series here, championship point for them, but they are heading into Atlanta Dazed's map mode for all we know. 6 here in this best of 7 series. Paris Letdowns have the advantage right now. 3-2 in the series. Atlanta Dazed, perfect record on Overload, looking to be broken by Paris Letdowns if they want to take the championship in 6. But I fully expect a game 7 in the series. We'll see how Atlanta decide to respawn after a dominant map number 5 there. And Colossus has the knee by Paris, going up 5-1. Lenhart able to pick up a big kill here. BMS supporting through the side as well. Number 7 here in Test going to be last to beat. Able to pick up 1 before falling. Device is going to get picked up. Big kill there. Prism able to defend his zone. Bubba, big trade here. Going to be back and forth here with the side of Atlanta Dazed. Looking to reinforce this ball towards this B side. Unfortunate teammate coming in, but the device is going to reset towards mid. A little bit of reset on the map.
Yeah, gonna be a little bit of reset. They were so close to scoring there like a couple times, but just, it's that one kill that can make such a difference when it comes to scoring the device. But they're gonna find a couple, make it 3 opening kills. Prism with a big 2-piece, but BMS He's going to shut 2 of them down, trying to find the third, but he picks the device up on accident, so he will fall. Device in the hands of Atlanta once again. They're going to try and flip this over towards this B side with all Paris players funneling in through that B cut. Prism going to find that opening kill. Nate going to come in. He's going to stick him, so that's going to be 3 in the feed. BMS, the last man standing, he will fall. So the first score going to come in for Atlanta. That is huge. Device going to reset towards P3, so maybe a chance to parry a couple back-to-back.
Yeah, I mean, that spawn trap was set up as well. Embiid able to pick up 1, make that 2 towards that couch side. Going to get a little bit of messy here. BO7 able to pick up 1 of his own. It's going to be 3 dead. Last player alive is towards that white locker side there, number 3 in Lenhart. They have not found him just yet, but that device is going to be rotating over. Paris Letdowns are here to reinforce this through the point side. They're able to spot 1 player towards that window. Shots are not as clean as you'd like there. 4 dead in the feed for the side of Paris Letdowns. Device is going to be rotating back towards that B side here. Atlanta Dazed are going to look to provide some solid defense here. They've provided so far in this map with the good defense towards that B side. Can they continue here? We see that device rotating out. A couple players flanking towards middle. Could have some good opportunity. BMS with 3 in the feed. Make that all 4 in the feed for him. Give him the ball as well. He might as well just dunk it and do it all. 13 and 5 so far in this map on a 5 streak. 1 overload to his name. He's going to be close to that Hellstorm missile. Could be pretty impactful if we get later in the map.
Yeah, that could be huge. I mean, he's already got 13 kills. 2 minutes remaining in this half. They're trying to get a couple scores together here. These Atlanta players kind of forced to scramble over here towards this B point. Well, they're going to shut it down rather quickly. So, going to try and push this up towards rooftop sides. Get a little counterattack going. Lenhart, though, he's got something to say about it, finding that opening kill. And BN will fall as well. BMS with that kill. I hope he's able to get a trade, but he will fall courtesy of another trade. So the trade's good for Paris. Device finally going to be dropped by Lenhart, and that's the B site. Kind of almost open. These Atlanta players forced to scramble a little bit towards the time. Lenhart's going to find an opening kill, and he will score. The only player for Paris going to fall is Big Cheese from a team kill. So 2 scores in quick succession for the side of Paris, and he's making Lenhart, sorry, going to try and make work of him in their spawn, but Device picked up for Atlanta for now.
Atlanta looking to make something here, but Big Cheese is going to put the stop to that one. Last fight, Embiid could catch some good timing here. Not able to find that kill, but able to put some good damage, and is going to find at least 2 more players there. Device is already out of there through that P2, heading towards that roof side as well. Paris have found some good success here later in this first half on this side. Bubba providing some good protection for the ball carrier. Bio's going to be the last player up towards this side. Paris are taking their time towards this window, looking to invest all of their players here, provide as much reinforcement as we can towards that ball carrier. Trades are coming in so far. We're going to see who can come out on top between this bang out towards roof.
Yeah, just an absolute bang out over towards this rooftops. And I mean, it's just trades back and forth, back and forth. Test able to shut down BMS with the device. So push finally shut down. All the players for Paris starting to spawn out. 27 seconds remaining in this half. You want to get that device in hand. So if you do get it in hand, you virtually got about a minute to work with. But a moment, man. He picks the device up, but he pulls the gems and falls right off the map. Trade's still rolling in and out of the feed. 13 seconds remaining with the device. Not gonna be picked up by anybody. So you kind of want to pick it up if you're the side of Paris. Try and get a little bit of overtime going, but BO7's there to shut that down. So we are gonna go to the second half. First half over. Paris, you know, they're trying to end it here. They're looking good so far. They're up 2-1.
This is not what we saw from Atlanta Dazed, the first overload in the series. Their perfect record here on overload is being threatened on Den. They're going to have a more successful side here. Typically, we've been saying, you know, the side towards Dojo is going to be the better spawn, but I don't know. With some of the new changes and some of the new points, it seems pretty easy to score if you're on the side that Atlanta Dazed are on now. They're only down by 1. By no means are they out here. This can definitely happen here. You can string them quick, too. We saw actually the first one, Atlanta Dazed, able to string 3 back-to-back to back. Pretty much no problem there to take a hefty lead, you know, going 4-1 into the first half. So I'm expecting big things here out of Atlanta Dazed. Min-map control is going to be huge. They do read the flank. BMS able to pick up 1 before he falls, but the side of Atlanta Dazed are going to maintain that man advantage until Len is able to even that out towards mid-field here. Device control is going to be here for the side of Paris Letdowns. They're looking to run it straight up mid. Embiid going to be the one to put a stop to it. Able to pick up 1, shots into the second. Not able to do anything with that. Ball is getting out towards that roof side. Side of Paris Letdowns are going to be off respawn.
Yeah, off respawn, trying to scramble towards this B point. Well, Big Cheese, he does kill him being with the device. So, Trade's kind of rolling in and out. Prism, the last man standing with a teammate kind of over his back shoulder trying to get some help. So, they're kind of pinched over towards his backside, maybe trying to pull some juke moves out, pull a little hezzy. But he's kind of just going to sit in this weapons in this server area, try and find something. He does find one kill with the pistol, but Big Cheese there for the immediate trade. So, Biofumes, he's going to find some kills, trying to get towards the backside of these players. But Paris, they're going to pick the device up, try and push this up towards mid. But Atlanta is there to meet him. Test shuts down Big Cheese with the device in hand. So, picked right back up by Atlanta. So, they're just trying to get something going on the offensive side with some front pressure.
Soft on the side of Paris Letdowns, not able to get much working through here, through that mid side and into the red. We do see a big fight coming down from Prism. He's able to put that device right up to the zone, but not able to dunk that there. Could have been clutch. Doing a little bit of moving there towards that window down to that bottom red. Paris Letdowns are in control of the device. Towards this dojo side, we do see number 4 in B-Mess taking a flank towards couches here. He can make an impact here on these teams if these fights don't go their way. Prism able to make a fight towards that tin side go his way. Bubba picking up 2 shots coming into the third from behind. Embiid with some help from his friends able to put that player down. Device is still raining towards that midfield, looking to see that rotation towards couches. Just looking to play his life here as the rest of the team continue to fight here towards dojo. Atlanta Dazed here quickly running out of time to make something happen here towards this midfield.
Yeah, just gotta get something going. Big Cheese with the device in hand. He's got almost a free score over to A. It's gonna be a foot race. He's at the 5. He's at the 2, and he gets shut down. So he doesn't get the score in. That would have been huge for the side of Paris going up 2, but B-Mess with a big kill. So now it's gonna be another foot race towards the time. Is he gonna run away? But no. Test with a big kill to shut that down. Biofumes with one as well. So pressure's still on though. If you're the side of Atlanta, you're going to pick this device up and just rotate it over towards mid. Just get it away from these Paris players. Prism with a big couple kills. Get these players out of your spawn. Linhart going to get one, but shut down immediately by Bio. Bio going to find another one over towards mid. They're going to try and favor this A point, and Bien with a free score over towards that front side. The players for Paris forced to spawn over towards that B point with the pressure towards Dojo, and we got a tie game with 1:45 left.
This is what we want to see. This is where it can get a little bit mixy here. Overtime rules may be a little messed up here, so we're looking for a score. Side of Atlanta Dazed, keeping this ball safe for now. Prism being the lead attacker is going to fall. So the side of Paris Letdowns are able to get some more presence here towards this tin side. Bubba, good shots, but is going to eat at nade at his feet. Not able to pick up the kill. This pinstripe kill feed coming in. Mid-map control for the side of Paris. If they can get that device out of there, they should be good. And B going to be the last player towards 10 is going to get picked up as well. So the side of Paris looking to make something work towards this white side, but the side of Atlanta are here to reinforce all these kills. 3 dead, looking to move this ball towards this dojo side, and this could be it. They have a lead blocker. Make that 2 here. Can they make something working here?
That was a free score. You know, bot Prisms with he found a big 2 kills. He found that kill over towards mid to get that mid-cut control over to P3, and he found another one towards that back 10 head glitch, and those 2 kills just open up the floodgates for him. He pushed in after those 2 kills over towards that middle red gen area. I'm not quite sure. Different callouts, but he pushed up towards that middle area, found more kills there, forced the spawn out towards B, and that led to the score. So Prism being the man right there for that score for his team. So 26 seconds remaining. Paris, they were looking up for about 95% of this map. And, well, you do have the device in hand over towards this A point, trying to get the tying score. B-Mess there for the trade with the pistol, but Test there to clean that up as well. The pressure's still on towards couches, though.
Yeah, and this is how you see it here. Atlanta Dazed able to get another kill towards roof here. Ball control. They're just going to be looking to run it here towards the zone. 2 seconds left. That is going to be game for side of Atlanta Dazed. We are seeing a map number 7 here. Den S&D is going to be the location of our bloodbath here. And there's nothing better than a championship that goes to a map 7. I feel like I haven't seen one of these in years, but they always end up being pretty good.
I saw, you know, if you tuned in for the bronze mixed championship, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago it was, we did get a game number 7 there.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are not back from grabbing your drinks and a snack, you better hurry back. Game 7 is on the way. Den S&D. Nothing has mattered more than this game. Doesn't matter what happened in the series before tonight. We've only been here for about 14 hours with these two teams. Doesn't matter at all. It's first to 6 rounds in the search and destroy for a championship here in Bronze North. Who can pull it out? Atlanta Dazed or Paris Letdowns?
It's gonna all come down to this. Biofumes! Might have been a stair glitch. Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't matter. He gets a couple kills. Prism gets the third one. So Big Cheese, the last man standing in this first round. Bomb gonna be planted on this B site. Just try and, I mean, you get that opening kill. It can open up anything for you. But in a 1 versus 4, listen, it's a game 7. Anything can happen. But 30 seconds remaining on this bomb. Shot's gonna be exchanged. Not quite gonna fall. Gets out with about 50 health remaining. But these players for Atlanta not gonna falter in their defensive hold.
Yeah, a little bit of licking the top step, if you know what I'm saying there. Nothing to shame. It's if anybody knows anything about background CRL lore, there's nothing new to game 7s and stair glitches with me on the casting booth, but side of Paris Letdowns are gonna fall here in round number 1. Defending sometimes can get a little rough here, especially towards that B side. Atlanta Dazed, from the S&Ds we've seen, especially on exposure, I feel like all they want to do is flank, flank, flank. So for the first round, for them to just bang something together as a team head on, kind of surprising to see. I don't know if that's an adjustment or if that's just kind of what happens here on this map for them. But if you're ever wondering where there's an Atlanta Dazed player, probably turn around if we know anything about this team in search. So we're going to see a B hit coming here for the side of Paris Letdowns. A couple nade spots coming out, but the side of Tin is controlled so far by Atlanta Dazed. Test is going to be the first to fall. Shots coming down for Indeed. Not able to find anything just yet here on this Tin side as Paris look to make their move.
Yeah, just trying to get something. Oh, but the
Ooh.
team nade not going to look good. Call him Dan Ghosty with the team nades rolling in. So into a 2 versus 4 now for Atlanta. Bomb in hand. Biofumes knows he's there. He's going to find that kill. Prism found another kill over towards mid. So into a 2 versus 2. Atlanta trying to clutch up in a 2v4 scenario. Bomb is in hand by Atlanta. Biofumes escapes with about 30 health remaining. He's got the information. Paris now, they do have this site control. Biofumes forced to back up. These Atlanta players now spread out across the map, but they're going to just chow it out. But Biofumes is ready for it. Big Cheese now, man, the last man standing. Bomb going to be picked up in his hand. He knows Biofumes is around here somewhere. Now, shots exchanged. You have the information, but the last second Atlanta player flocking in like a vulture to his food. 16 seconds remaining. He is going to have to chow. Going to have to find something. He finds one, tries to turn to find the other, but the trades are good for Atlanta, and it's 2-0 Atlanta. They clutch the 2v4.
You got to do it. Sometimes it's your map, and whoever that was, Big Cheese, not Big Cheese, sorry. Whoever that was dancing on that pillar. Really giving those shoulders out, just buying time for his teammate to get back there. Just good play from the side of Atlanta Dazed. Good clutch up on that side as well. Biofumes, I'm being told, is the best pillar dancer in the CRL. Prove me wrong in the Jet Chat.
I'm not quite sure you want the name Best Pillar Dancer in the CRL. You know what? To each their own. Prism. He finds that opening blood onto Lenhart. So man advantage again, the side of Atlanta, but Test, he gets a little over aggressive and he will fall. So now into a 3 versus 3. This A site, or sorry, B site. I mean, we've seen just absolute bang outs over here, but Paris all kind of forced back into their spawn here with the full site control in the hands of Atlanta.
Atlanta, 3-3 here in this round. Side of Paris Letdowns are looking just to group up, hitting towards this mid, making sure there's no players there. Side of Paris, I don't know if we have an AFK player or if Prism's just holding the flank. Like the flank. He's way back there. He's going to catch Bubba off guard. No way you know someone's back there. Smoke does come in for a little bit of that concealment on that bomb. Last 2 players are in tin. Prism's going to be looking for this flank here eventually. This timing is going to make me sick here. I love it. Just sit on the bomb. But it's a little too late. You did that about a long time ago. You're totally fine. Atlanta Dazed looking to be running away with this one so far. With Prism playing the sneaky spots there in the back.
He's 6-0 off rip. First 3 rounds, he's getting 2 kills. He's averaging 2 kills a round. He's 6-0. He is trying to call game in this map number 7. They're up 3-0. So far, convincingly up 3-0. And it's a team effort, too. You got Biofumes on 4-1. And Ben, he's got 1 kill, but he's also got 2 plants to his name. So just got to find something if you're Paris. Not going to help that you're on the offensive side, but you do have 8 and B mess over towards this A side. You maybe try and spot some information. But this B side definitely heavily favored, with Atlanta's defense a little bit spread out here.
First blood is going to go to the side of Big Cheese. Big Cheese has been a big part of this team so far. We've seen Lenhart and BMS really slay out in the respawns. S&Ds, we haven't seen too much from the side of Paris. Been a pretty team effort, but Big Cheese with the AR is going to have to come in huge. BMS, unfortunate timing there on the flank. Going to even this back up to a 3v3 in this round. Prism on A7, by the way. Gonna be locked in that Hellstorm. I'm sure he's pretty close. Almost falls their top window. Side of Atlanta Dazed are regrouping themselves as this bomb is starting to get rotated here. Biofumes at least spots 1 there. May not know that there's 2. As this bomb is starting to push up towards middle just a little bit. Big Cheese wins a big fight towards 10 as well. So we'll start to see this rotation towards this A side, make that B side. Who knows? They might go to C Dom if you're not careful. Player towards mid. Lenhart providing the cover there, but it's going to turn into probably a 1v1 here between Prism, who locks in that Hellstorm, and Bubba, who's getting that bomb down as we speak.
I'm going to be going down with the 5 seconds remaining. Prism's going to try and find him on this exit, but not going to get there. Now it's going to be a game of who can spot who, but he's just going to hop on this bomb. Is Bubba going to check it? Is he going to spot it? Yes, he will. He checks the bomb in time. Pros don't fake, but pros also check the bomb with an ample amount of time. And, well, Bubba finds it. Paris finally get their name on the board, 3-1. You definitely don't want to fall behind 4-0, especially in a game 7. So you finally get yourself on the board. So you're still down 3-1, but just got to take it a round at a time.
Exactly how you want to handle these S&Ds. 1 round at a time.
I got
Bring it back here, and I do enjoy having a reset right in the middle. Big sigh of relief. We are back. Atlanta up, as you can see on our screen. 3-1 after the restart, so Atlanta's going to need 3 on the board. Paris need 5 on the board to win this game. Kills are going the side of Atlanta Dazed first. Paris Letdowns. Got to clutch up a 2v4. We've seen 1 2v4 so far. This is not looking like it's going to be another one. Big Cheese going to be the last player alive here. Not able to win that gunfight. Atlanta Dazed starting off exactly kind of how we expected. Going to go up 4-1 in this game. 2 left to go for the championship.
2 more rounds are the only thing standing in your way of calling yourself the champions of the Bronze Division. And maybe a few game crashes as well. Who knows? But this has been a grueler of a series. I mean, we're gone. Or like I said, we're on like hour 3. Most of these guys got work early in the morning. It would be rough to go out without the victory. But Paris down 4-1 in this map. Gonna need to find something. You are on this offensive side. You're gonna go a little bit split here. 2 players over towards A with 2 favoring that B side. Atlanta a little bit spread of a defense as well that we've seen from them throughout this map. So they're just playing so patient, playing for that information, and they're just doing well to get those opening bloods. Biofumes again with that opening blood, just like I said. Just playing back, playing for the information, and he finds it. So first blood again for the side of Atlanta. Paris in another 3 versus 4.
Make that a 2 versus 4 here as the side of Atlanta Dazed are just continuing to stay hot. Side of Paris Letdowns, tails between their legs, running away, looking to reset this bomb elsewhere here as number 2 in bio is going to miss. And they're going to mess with this here. Going to see 1 player elect to not shoot him here. Does pick up the first kill. Big Cheese left in a technical 1v4 here. Shots into that second. Going to pick up that bomb, but with 25 left to go, he's going to have a hard task in front of him. And that is going to be Atlanta Dazed taking another one, making this championship point here in map 7.
1 round is now all that stands in their way. I mean, they're just dominating this map. I'm not sure how the other search and destroys went. If you could let me know. I think it was Paris won 6-1, and then Atlanta. So the search is a little bit split so far. Each team winning one of the search and destroys. Not sure how convincing, how exactly, the exact parameters of how those went, but Atlanta on match point. Just need one more round to go. Good thing for Paris, you are on the defensive side, so if there's a round that you're going to get to bounce back, it will be this one. They're going to four-stack this defensive push over towards this mid area. They do have a little bit of presence, at least a little bit towards that back A side with 5, but this B side is just free for these Atlanta players. Prism towards broken window. Not gonna catch a timing, but he gets the nade kill. Opening blood again on their side. So 3 players left standing in the way for Atlanta. Bomb gonna be planted on B.
Getting a little gunshot there towards middle. 3v4 retake having to happen here for Paris. Prism just playing that flank protection as well. It looks like this fight's going to come through mid. Biofume's taking some shots towards Tin, just getting some information. Test able to pick up another kill. Make this a 2v4 for the side of Paris. Make this a 1v4. Make that all of them there as Atlanta Dazed mow Paris down and continue on in the map. Able to take the dub and the championship for themselves here in Bronze North.
What a series. I caught the first map